this man push you to such violence for tomorrow?
I don't know, because I never get mad. There's a great meme of me on a Facebook video going, "I never get mad," and then the picture below it is me punching him in the face. But yeah, accepting the match tomorrow seemed like a really good idea on paper. But now I actually have to go do it.
Well, I noticed last night you posted a Facebook video.
Yep.
There is a Arrow costume right now in Chicago, right?
Yes. Yeah. Not all of it. If you think I'm wrestling in leather pants, you have another thing coming. But a little bit of it. Yeah, I mean, I'm wrestling as me, but I thought that I would be remiss if I didn't take the fact that I get to play a superhero on TV and combine that with a childhood dream of being in a WWE match into some sort of weird, fantastic fantasy sandwich.
It is a weird, fantastic thing. Well, you know what? When you're fighting a villain, you need to dress up as a hero.
That's exactly right.
Let's go ahead and take a question. Hi, with the Star Labs t-shirt. How are you?
Good. Hi, Stephen. My name's Megan.
Hi, Megan.
Okay, so I know that you started to film the new season, and I know John Barrowman likes to pull a lot of pranks on set. Has he done anything yet now that you've started to film?
I have not yet shot a scene this year with John Barrowman. Nobody's sadder than me! I love John. I love spending time with him. I film so much that typically when I'm not filming, I'm not on set. But I actually made a point of going to set the other day just to see John because I miss him. But yeah, John is in John form all the time. I suspect the first prank will happen 5, 6, maybe 7 seconds after we work together.
All right. Well, how's Ra's al Ghul gonna feel about this new bad guy, Damien Dark, kind of stirring up trouble?
I will say that Neil McDonough is playing Damien Dark this year, and it's a villain really unlike we've had on the show. Introducing some cool things, and his performance thus far, I've seen 2 episodes of the 4th season, is really, really refreshing and interesting.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello there.
Hi, Stephen. Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
I have a 2-part question.
Okay.
I want to know, how excited are you for tomorrow? And then, as a big fan of wrestling myself, I want to know if you could have any match with any superstar ever, who would you pick?
Okay. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. Actually got a nice, for the wrestling fans here, I actually got a really nice note from Edge, fellow Canadian, who's going to be in season 2 of The Flash as the Atom Smasher. And he sent me some tips, and then he said, for God's sakes, enjoy your entrance. Just enjoy it. So I'm excited, and I would pick a match. This is going to be hyper specific. I'd want to wrestle Macho Man in the WrestleMania 4 tournament.
Oh yeah. Solid choice. Yeah. Jesus. That's good. Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Sam. What drew you to the role to play Arrow?
Being employed. I'm an actor. And a lot of people say, they're like, how did you choose? I did not choose. I have been so incredibly fortunate that Arrow was my 10th American job. And I was only available to do it because the previous show that I had been on had gotten canceled. And it was just simply my first audition during pilot season of 2012, and it worked out well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi, I wanted to ask Stephen, if you had firestorm powers, what would be the first thing you do with them?
If I had Firestorm's powers, I would probably warm up Vancouver a little bit. Because the new suit being sleeveless is a good idea in theory, okay? It's a good idea optically. It's not a good idea in Vancouver in November. So, It's going to be great during like episode 14, 15 of the season this year. Pay close attention to my arms and notice they'll look a little purple.
You're cheering for hypothermia. All right, sure. Why not?
Thank you.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi.
So my question is, you said in a San Diego Comic-Con interview back in 2014 that you think the romantic relationship between Laurel and Sarah will never happen ever again. Do you still believe that?
Do I still believe that Oliver will never have any more relationships with Laurel and Sarah?
Yes.
I think on a show where people come back to life, okay, that you would be you wouldn't be that smart to use the word never, right? That being said, I always think it's important that we can establish relationships for Oliver, specifically relationships with female characters that don't involve him sleeping with them, right? Because there are real relationships that exist in the world where men and women can work together without going home together, or having sex on the floor of the Arrow Cave. So, I don't know. I doubt it, but I will never say never. Plus, I don't write the show, so.
Well, speaking of the new Arrow Cave, how are you liking the new setup?
Haven't been in it yet. I was actually really surprised when they put out a picture of the new Arrow Cave. We've been working in the temporary Arrow Cave, which is small and dingy and dark, and actually very reminiscent of the early parts of season 1 before Felicity came in and installed lights. And she's looking, Diggle and Oliver, what are you guys even doing down here? I was surprised when they put that picture out. Apparently it's a gigantic set, biggest set piece that we've ever had, and that's really important for the show because from the logistical standpoint, we do so many big action pieces and sequences, and those take so long that the only way that we're going to be able to make the show over the course of 9 shooting days is if we're able to take a significant chunk of the script and bang it out in the Arrow Cave. And we usually do that on a Friday. We used to call them Foundry Fridays because we're having like 13, 14 pages of dialogue, which for the uninitiated is an insane amount to film in one day. Hi there.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Hi.
Hello. I'm a huge Arrow fan, but I actually have to ask this personal question. Do you sing? That's what I've been wanting to ask.
You know, occasionally, not necessarily well. I have my songs that I like. Believe, just YouTube Stephen Amell, Little Mermaid, and all of your dreams will come true.
That's good to know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, the Flash himself is here. What's your question, sir?
I kind of have 2 questions. A, can you answer my next question in your Arrow voice?
Prepared for that one.
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you tell us about a prank or a couple of pranks that John Barrowman has done?
That's a long question.
Well, everyone really knows the prank where John has me chained up at the end of the first season, and they've just doused me with warm water. One of the interesting things about that is they were supposed to douse me with cold water, and they doused me with warm water, and they did that during the rehearsal, and then on one of the takes, they randomly changed it to cold water. And that was the one that ended up on TV.
Yeah.
And so John comes out, and he's about to do a very important speech, which really was the culmination of season 1, why he was doing all the things that he was at least attempting to do to Starling City. And instead of starting into that speech, he gave me a double purple nurple. I hope that worked.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Hey there.
Speedy, what's your question?
I was wondering, is Emily Bett single? Because I kind of got a crush on her.
I'm not sure. I think so, but who knows? When we did an Arrow and Flash crossover episode screening in Los Angeles last November, December, that was a guy's question. He got up, Emily was there, and he said, "Hey, are you single? Would you like to do something afterwards?" Okay? Which is a pretty bold thing to say, you know, when you're asking a question at a microphone and you've never met the person before. So we at the panel assumed that it was a joke. And the guy's standing there and he's just asked the question and we all laugh and he just goes like this. He didn't just walk back to his seat. He walked out of the auditorium.
It's gone.
Poor guy, he's still walking.
The Incredible Hulk theme song behind him.
You'd have to ask Emily yourself.
Okay.
Hi there.
Oh, is it me now?
Yes.
You say Felicity's name a lot on the show,
Yeah.
more so than anyone else's.
And by the way, I cut out the number of times they actually write me saying her name by about 50%.
Okay. Well, I was wondering if that was scripted or was that you?
No, that's actually that's scripted. That's half scripted. You know, one of the things I always find is I always on the show, and I love the writing on the show, but I always try to interject little pieces of dialogue into a basic conversation because that's the way that people speak. We don't speak in speeches. We speak in fragments, not necessarily sentence fragments, although in Felicity's case, yes. But I always try to interject. If someone poses a question to me in what is written as a speech, I'll always try to deliver an answer as opposed to a nod because that's how conversation goes. But I do say Felicity a lot. I say Diggle a lot, although more John this year. And spoiler, kinda. But yeah, I do say Felicity a lot.
How are you enjoying saying David Ramsey, John Diggle's code name?
Doesn't have one.
Oh no, he has a code name.
Does he?
No, you guys did reveal that at the TCAs, that he has a code name.
No. He has a costume, which is exciting. But actually his costume and his mask are very, very cool. And very, very Diggle. Very, very Diggle.
Hi there.
Hi,